Hello everyone, welcome back to another Planetbase episode. There's just been a tiny update to the game which brings a couple of new things. So let's head over to the sick bay, because we can now build a medical cabinet. Oh, hang on, we're being interrupted. Got two people outside, they're bringing stuff inside. I'm gonna shut you down so you people stop going outside. Please stop going outside. The robot trapped outside who's doing repair work. You might just get injured. Oh no, you're fine, somehow. I want some of his luck. Anyway, let's get back to it, shall we? We can now build a medical cabinet. And that basically acts as a storage for medical supplies. So instead of having them lying around filling up our storage, they'll be going in there. Just like we can place a an armory for guns in the control center. Also, there were some balancing changes. They made monoliths, which are basically giant statues, twice as expensive, and you will get twice as much prestige. If you build a little signpost, you will only get 5 prestige instead of 10. So that's a bit less rewarding. This is the monolith in question. It's now double the cost. And they've also changed the frozen planet and the moon planet, which are the second and the third planet, which I will be doing a colony on eventually. They made the wind a bit more stable on the frozen planet, which means that basically it's going to be slightly easier to get enough power on the frozen planet. And there are more solar flares on the moon, so it will be even harder to survive there. And it will be a true challenge for experienced players, which I will be hopefully able to words. I can't speak. I hope I will eventually be able to tackle that challenge and come out successfully. But until then, we're gonna focus on this colony. We just finished off the oxygen generator and the airlock off camera. We finished our medical cabinet. It can hold up to 4 medical supplies, so that's all fine and dandy. I'm gonna place down a second cabinet. There we go. We're gonna place a second bed. We're gonna prepare for expansion. Plants are doing fine for now. Got 6 biologists, 8 workers still. We do have the oxygen to expand now, so it wouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm gonna place another bed in here so people can sleep. We might have to start thinking about expanding our canteen or building a second one. We're also gonna have to start thinking about maybe, well, I suppose it's a bit early to get a starport, although it's not unthinkable. One of the main advantages of having a starport over a landing pad is that it can have bigger ships, so traders can carry more. We can potentially get more colonists, and we will be able to get visitors, which will earn us coins, which we can use to buy stuff of traders. But first we're gonna have to do a lot more infrastructure expanding, which will probably come down to building another big solar panel over here. It's kind of at a distance from our base, but we still have plenty of room over there. Let's see, he's got 40% commission. We can get a carrier bot or a constructor bot. I think I'm gonna go for another carrier bot. Well, we can take a look at if we can get the constructor bot. We're at a point in time where I think that we're safe selling some food, but not all of it. I mean, we can sell another 10 food, but that's only 50 more value. We've got 100 value in the medical supplies, which is again slightly more valuable than medical plants and bioplastic combined. So if we're to do something... No, see, there we go. We cannot unfortunately sell him all of our vegetables. That would fill him up too much. Let's take a look at spares maybe, which is very risky. No, we're not quite able to get there. Which is fine, we're gonna scrap the vegetables then. We're gonna scrap everything. We're gonna delist the constructor bot. Carrier bot's gonna be more important. It will allow most of our workers and other people to focus on their more skilled jobs instead of having to haul things around to traders, for example. So we're just gonna go and I know this is sort of risky, but if you look at our food, it's been steadily rising, so we shouldn't have any issues with this. Good people using the water fountain still. They're probably starting to get a bit unhappy soon, so we might have to build either another video screen, or we're gonna have to build a special multi-dome in which they can do physical exercise, or they can sit on a bench, or other things that will generally relax them and make them feel happy again. But for now we're gonna keep trying to get some more bioplastic up, some more metal up. Metal's doing fine actually, we can probably power the mine back up now. There we go, this is mainly what I want a lot of those carrier bots for. It's a lot of people that could be doing work or other things. Instead they're all hauling metal over there. And towards the trader, of course. So for now we're gonna build another battery over there. Now come to think of it, we might... I'm gonna cancel you for a second. I want to see if I can maybe flatten the terrain a bit more. To see if we can maybe get through to here. Which would be a lovely outside field for us, and we can focus on just expanding our inside of our base to over there. Let's try it with a wind turbine perhaps. No, I don't think it's gonna budge. Although, no, that would be slightly over optimistic. I was perhaps hoping that we could connect through the mountain or something, but doesn't look like it, which is a shame. I'm still trying to get the most out of this. No, we've pretty much milked it dry here. So without further ado, let's place you down. Just do a quick double. Oh yes! Oh! Oh, that is beautiful. Hello. It's only cheating if you think of it as cheating. We've got another possible route to expand in now, so that's gonna be great. Just take a quick look. We've got 4 carrier bots at the moment, which is bad, all things considered. We've lost a massive amount of food, obviously. But it should be fine. We've got a ton of metal. Well, we're pretty much using it all now, but we should have some more soon. We've got the mine working again. We've actually got a few medical supplies stacked in here now. That's great. But our medic is still hard at work. We've got plenty of medical plants at the moment. We can maybe try and sell some of those later. They're pretty valuable and they don't require any special effort or anything. Plants still keep making plenty of food, which is great. Come to think of it, I might actually, now that they've changed the dorms so that the beds don't belong to a single colonist anymore, I might just place one down over here and then allow people to go in there and sleep. Which is obviously a nice thing for them to do, but it also increases their morale. So just like a multi-dome or the TV screen over here, or the plant, they feel better. Okay, let's take a look at this trader, what he got. He's got a Goliath turbine, which is basically, this is the biggest turbine we can build at the moment, and it'll be bigger. It'll cost more, but it'll produce more energy as well. He's also got a gun, so it's 45% commission. We've got plenty of metal, basically. What I could go ahead and do, no, we've got 8 bioplastics, so I'm just gonna dismiss him. We don't need any bioplastic, we don't need any metal. We can just make our own. We've got enough for the extra battery now, so we're gonna have even more power reserves. Better to take it slowly, in my opinion. And we've just lost our first carrier robot, so we should be down to 3 again. Yeah. We're also going to go over to the factory, and we're going to place down a semiconductor foundry. Oh, I did not mean to connect that up. That is my bad. But yeah, once that's finished, we can have an engineer go in here and produce semiconductors, which we can then use to make more robots once we get a patent. We're just gonna double check the production limits. Then it's fine. It does take up 1 metal, 1 bioplastic, but that's fine. We have plenty of spares, so there's no need for the engineer or any engineer to go work on that. We've got 4 of them, so they should be doing plenty of work. Also got plenty of metal, still plenty of starch to work with, so everything's going great. Just taking a look at our power. It's already filled up to burst. I'm gonna take a look at the power capacity. Yeah, that's a lot. It's almost like it's 42,500 on the top of my head. One connection. Yeah, there we go. I can still math. That's great. We're nearly full on water though, so we might have to build a second extractor soon. Which, like we discussed, is fine. We can try and clear out some of this area as well before ultimately committing to placing an extractor. I mean, there's not really too much to be gained here, but I like the thought of trying to get as much out of it as possible. We might be able to raise this little bump over here. At least a little bit. Anyway, let's place another large extractor down over here. We're gonna need 3 metal. We should have some. There's some steel in here, some metal. Got some more being made. Sadly, you can't actually see a list of what's in the storage just by clicking on the bottom. That would be nice, although I can understand why they haven't done that yet, or will. Okay, so in keeping up with the expansion, we're gonna try and get a robotic dome over here. We've got another trader. Let's take a look what he's got. He's got 35% commission, so he's the guy we kind of want to trade with. We're gonna see. I don't normally consider buying things like metal or bioplastic, except when I'm in dire need. But he's only got 35% commission, which is a steal, all things considered. So we're just gonna sell all our food again. Although we've also got some medical plants to sell, so you know, come to think of it, we don't really need any bioplastic at the moment. We're more in need of metal to kind of counterbalance it a bit, which is fine. Just gonna Yeah, there's no way to get any... oh, that's actually exactly it. Sure, we'll do that. Food's rising anyway, so we might as well. And then we're gonna build a robotics facility over here, where our robots will go to repair themselves, which means our engineers will be able to focus more on building things like semiconductors. And later on we will be able to build our own robots there, which is also pretty cool. Keep trying to remove as much terrain here as possible. Yeah, that's pretty much the best we're gonna get, I think. It's a multi-dome, that's not a robotics facility, but that's fine. It's just for space clearing at the moment. There we go, we've now got suitable building ground over there, instead of mostly hills. Trader's departed, so we've got our building materials. I'd say we go ahead and build our facility here. Airlock's over there, so it's not too far. Might build an airlock extending here at some point, just so we're able to maintain this area a bit better. So obviously it will be a long walk from all the way over here. We've actually got one of our engineers working on the robot, so we get a chance to see that in action, although it won't actually happen for much longer, so it will be a rare sight soon indeed. Still got the factory, the processing plant here working at nearly full capacity. Still got plenty of backlog of starch built up, so it's good that that won't ever be an issue. Robotics facility is being built as we speak. And it's connected. Now we actually don't have enough semiconductors just yet for this, but that's fine. There's another metal in here, so whenever my engineers feel like it, they can build a second one. And then we'll be able to have bot auto repair soon. You know, I might actually place down a second airlock straight leading out of this, and then place a mine, so that the ore is pretty close to the metal processors. That might be a thought. Just like place it over here. We should have enough metal to get it built. And then we can build the mine like right outside here, which will be very safe for miners. And it will all be very nice indeed. Got plenty of water again. Got a trader. This is a food trader, I believe. I was correct. 40% commission. We don't need any food. We don't need any meals. We don't have a bar up, so we don't need any alcoholic drinks either. We're good, thank you very much. Airlock's being built now, that's great. It's filled up quite rapidly due to the second oxygen generator. Now we're just waiting on some more metal, once again. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We're starting to actually expand now. After this I'm going to be building a dorm over here, a cabin over there, so more people can go to sleep. And we might have to look into expanding the canteen at some point. For now I'm just gonna place down a second table over there. I'm gonna close the airlocks. I really need to build a security station at some point. There we go, we've got all 3 workers in here, so they should be safe. unless they go outside for some reason. Dear, oh dear, I really need a security station now. I might actually wait with the dorm until we get a security station up and running. That way I can set a security alert, which will allow me to tell everyone to stay the hell inside without having to actually shut down all the airlocks all the time. Got a robot repair facility built, and we can see a constructor robots being repaired at the moment. It's all very nice. That way our engineers can focus on the more important tasks at hand. We're also going to have to build something to protect ourselves from those asteroids at some point. And you know what? Might actually... Let me see if I can get away with this. Oh yes, this is looking good. I might actually build our base entrance over here. Our definitive entrance. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll replace this landing pad. We'll scrap it at some point. We do get full resources back. We only lose the 1 metal from the connection, so that's no big deal. And then we will build a landing pad over here. Maybe 2. Accompanied with a starport. Although we would have to shut down this airlock. Probably. Or we can always replace it. Build it slightly different, have the security station lead into here, and then from there on have the entrance go. We'll see. I mean, it's not set in stone yet. And the thought of having our main entrance go through the security station, where we will have guards that are armed, especially later on when we get a lot of visitors, it's a comforting thought, really. Seeing how we might be able to expand our outside into here as well. Certainly not the worst thing I've ever come up with. Forgot to turn on the airlocks again. Take a look at the power situation. It's all fine. Battery charge staying way high. No problem with that either. Still got plenty of spares. Plenty of medical supplies, even though the what just happened? For some reason, the tissue synthesizer here is gone, as well with the medical supply production bench. Word. Can't fit a second one in, that's too bad, although I can fit another meat synthesizer in, although I won't. Got another trader. It's a raw materials trader, and he's got 35% commission. That's not bad, but I mean, I don't really need any starch at this point. Well, I could use some ore, I suppose. Let's see if we can get a nice rounded number, like 135, which is fine, so we don't have to overcharge, we don't miss out on anything. Come to think of it, what am I doing? We've literally got plenty of medical plants to trade away. There we go. Plenty of food. Plenty of food. No one will mind, really. Power's building back up. We've got a massive inflow. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that has been it for this episode. I've been probably going on for quite a while. I've sort of lost track of time, which is pretty bad on my part. Anyway, we've been expanding pretty well. I will definitely continue this in the next episode. Until then, Leave a like if you like the episode. Leave a comment down below if you have anything to say. And I will see you all next time. Have a good one, folks.